Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Sammy May. If this is your first time finding me, then welcome to my channel. On my channel I like to cover a few different topics from health and fitness, mum life and workout tutorials. So if that's something that you like, make sure you check out the rest of my channel because I've got heaps of great content. So today's topic, what I wanted to talk about was how to reduce bloating. Now we all go through this yucky feeling of feeling bloated, and I'm here today to share with you guys how I can give you some tips to help you not feel like that any longer. Now women go through it and males go through it, more so women, and being a woman myself, I have been through the struggles of feeling bloated. I still go through those struggles, and it can do a lot to us, anywhere from feeling uncomfortable to not wanting to wear a certain outfit because of how bloated we feel or what we see in the mirror. So I hope these tips help. If you do like this video, please remember to give me a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe, as it helps my channel a lot. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so tip number one, guys, is making sure that we are drinking enough water. Sounds simple, but a lot of people honestly don't drink enough water and are unaware of it. So what happens when you don't drink water is our body holds fluid and thinks that we're going to dehydrate. So that's why it holds the fluid and we start to feel bloated. So making sure that you're keeping that water intake up, making a habit and being mindful of just drinking sips of water throughout the day. A good recommendation is to drink at least 2 to 2.5 liters per day. I know it can be challenging at times, but coming into these hotter months like we are here in Australia, it's very important to make sure you keep your water intake up and reduce that feeling of feeling bloated. Tip number 2 is allergies. Now, I'm not a qualified doctor or naturopath or anything like that. These are just tips that I have found out myself through my own personal experience. So tip number 2 could be allergies. You might have an intolerance of lactose, you might have an intolerance of gluten, you might have an intolerance of fructose. So making sure when you do eat certain foods to be mindful of what different foods do to your body that could be affecting you to get bloated. So for me, for example, it's when I eat a lot of bread, I tend to get a lot more bloated, more so than when I eat sweet potatoes. So they're both two different carbs. Bread is a lot more heavier, and my body seems to get a lot more bloated from eating bread. So just keep an eye on different types of foods that could be doing that to you also. Okay, so tip number 3 is really important also, and that is to chew your food slowly. This is so important because our digestion starts at our mouth. So making sure we're really chewing our food nice and slow. The more that it's chewed up, the easier it's going to be for our body to digest. So a good tip that you could keep in mind is having conversation around the table, stopping, and as you take a mouthful, put your fork down. Stuff like that is quite simple but effective to do. I know, being a busy mum, you just need to have your dinner, have your lunch and move on to the next thing. But honestly, if you chew your food nice and slow and enjoy the meal, it will honestly help with digestion and that feeling of being bloated. Okay, so tip number 4 is eating smaller meals throughout the day rather than 3 big meals in the day. So by breaking our foods up into smaller groups, into smaller meals, it actually helps digest that little tiny bits of food rather than having 3 big meals. You could understand that it would be a lot harder for our body to digest rather than just having 6 small meals. I myself do like to have big meals, so it's just making those small changes and habits into smaller proportions. Alright, so tip number 5, guys, is getting a good a good probiotic. I was going to say bacteria then. Getting a good probiotic, that's going to help fight off the bad bacteria and fight off any virus that's trying to get into your body. And it's really great because it does stop you from feeling bloated because it's fighting off bad bacteria. So you can either get these probiotics in a supplement form or you can get them from food like such as yogurt. So they're really good. I use them, and I also use them with my 2 boys, and it really does show, it does help fight off the colds and the flus and all that kind of stuff in the colder months. So if you're not using it, make sure you look into that and get yourself a good probiotic. Alright, so tip number 6, guys, is fiber. You want to make sure that you're having plenty of fiber in your diet so you're not getting constipated. Now, a lot of people struggle with constipation due to not having enough fiber in their diet. So you can get fiber from foods such as apples, nuts, bananas, brown rice, etc. So have a look into that more, where you can find more high fiber foods and start implementing that into your diet, and I can guarantee the bloating will reduce once you've upped your fiber intake. Alright, so last but not least is get yourself a really good digestive enzyme. So this is going to help digest the food just that little bit more. You can get it in supplement form, which is really great, just from a health food store. Take that with every meal, and this will help break down the food, also helping that bloating even more go away. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember, if you found it helpful, to give me a big thumbs up, and remember to subscribe, as it helps my channel out a lot. Alright, I will talk to you next time, guys. Have an amazing day. Bye!